What's up, crew? Welcome back to the channel. It's Chaz with Side Hustle Network. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys a really cool flip that we made and how I'm going to pack and ship these things. Alright, so for those of you horror film fanatics, such as myself, my early teens, I would wait until my mom and my grandma would go out grocery shopping every week, and I wasn't allowed to watch them, but I would pull down the VHS tapes, including one of my all-time favorites, which was Puppet Master. So when I was browsing Facebook Marketplace one day and I saw one of these pop up, I knew exactly what they were. I had no idea they actually had these figures, so after doing a bunch of research, I sniped the deal. I ended up paying about $80 for this entire lot, and there's actually 11 of these I'm going to show you guys in the next clip. These were made in 1997. They are all still factory sealed. There's a couple different variations of some of them. And now, of course, getting into more myself on the collecting side in the vintage toy category. Getting into different action figures like this has been a lot of fun, and I've been enjoying being able to get these into the hands of fellow collectors who are going to enjoy them as well. So with that being said, I'm going to pack and ship these, break down the final number, show you guys what the actual profit was made on this deal here. Alright folks, so here we go. This is the lot of 1997 Puppet Master figures that just sold to a very happy buyer. Alright, now I will say this has been creepy as hell to have these kind of just hanging around the office, especially when I'm here working by myself late at night. For anyone that did not see these movies, these are basically a collection of killer dolls. This guy, Tunneler, would drill into the skulls of his victims. This guy was wicked strong. 6-shooter, well, that's kind of obvious. This guy right here, though, was probably the OG Blade, one of my favorite characters. Definitely one of the creepiest. Jester, creepy as ever. Just a really cool set in general for anyone that enjoys vintage action figures, toys, collector's items. So there you go, that is the entire set. Now I did sell this as a lot, and I will say that there was actually 12 to begin with. I had a second 6-shooter, and he just sold at the same time that this did for $40. I paid $80 for the entire lot, so we're definitely going to be making some profit. I'll break down the numbers for you soon. But for now, I have to ship these all to the same customer, which means they all have to go in the same box, going to the same location. I have to make sure that the cardboard back here is going to stay as in good of condition as I can keep it in. I mean, for how old these are in 1997, these are in pristine condition for the most part. A couple of them are bent. I made sure I took decent photos so I can show that there were actual bends in some of them. So my plan is I'm going to bubble wrap each one individually, and then I'm going to stack them in a larger box so I can have extra room for cushion like I do with a lot of my stuff. So with that being said, time to bust out the bubble wrap, get to work. And next step, this is kind of what they look like. I could go through and tape all of this down. I honestly do not think it's going to make a difference as far as the shipping goes. And just basing the size, I'm going with a Lowe's medium box here. I'm going to pad the bottom with some of our craft paper that we have right here, this brown stuff. Nice padding in the bottom, and then I'm going to carefully stack each of those and maybe put a couple layers of padding in between. And I know this is a bit excessive as far as packing and shipping some of this stuff, but on the higher dollar items, the more rare, the collectibles, I always take extra precautions to make sure nothing's going to get damaged. Of course, I am only one opinion, one method of shipping and doing business. This is just to show more of our own process. You can come up with your own, take bits and pieces of what you see here, what you like, what you don't like, and craft your own model on how to ship this kind of stuff. So after seeing how they actually fit together down there, I think that is more than enough padding in between each one just with the regular bubble wrap. So now I'll go ahead and fill the rest of the void. Alright, so the finished product looks like this. Of course, I just throw on the eBay tape for branding purposes. Tossed it on my little scale up there, which we can see this whole thing weighs 7 pounds, 3.5 ounces, so we round up to 4 ounces on that. So here's a cool part. Buyers can leave you notes when they order stuff. Usually it's requesting certain things to be done in shipping. Don't put an invoice in. Make sure you bubble wrap extra. Whatever the case may be, this is the first time I've had a collector say, "Thank you very much for having this. I can't receive this package." This right here is why I do that. Like I mentioned earlier, I do collecting myself, and when you collect as well as sell, it gives you a whole new appreciation for getting a hold of a product like this. So we did free shipping, but I make sure on stuff like this I always do FedEx. They paid $260 for the Puppet Master Full Moon Toys action figures, new in box, lot of 11. So now I just input my dimensions. I had 7 pounds, 4 ounces. Dimensions on this box are 18 by 18 by 16. So this gives us a grand total of $40 to ship this box, $39.27. Definitely higher than I would like it to be. I was expecting maybe 25, maybe 30 on the high end, but it is what it is. It is going across the US, and I did choose a large size box based on how much bubble wrap that I used. Now, could I really condense this down into a smaller box and get this down to maybe 25, 30 bucks? Yes, but I did have a lot of wiggle room on the margin, so I'm actually good with this. And again, I'll break down the actual profit numbers for you guys next. So now that the shipping part is done, let's bust out the calculator, show you guys what we made. So this whole thing, like you saw, sold for $260. I'm going to deduct 13%, which is my eBay, my PayPal fee. Leaves us with $226. Subtract $40 in shipping, that leaves us with $186. Now I deduct my total buy cost of $80. That is a $106 net profit. That's why I did not mind paying a little bit extra in shipping for this. Now, if my margins were a lot slimmer, I would do what I needed to put this all down into a smaller box to save on shipping. But when I have margins that are that large, I don't mind taking some extra bubble wrap, extra precautions to make sure this gets there in one piece. Now, cool part, I don't know why I didn't see the name of who bought this to begin with until I was printing the label just now. It's actually going to a production company that makes horror movies. So that's super cool when you can see stuff like that. Will these be used as props? I don't know, but it's something to keep an eye out on. So when you guys are actually buying and selling, keep an eye on the names of people that you are actually selling to. Do a quick Google search, see who's buying this stuff. We know tons of people that have sold items that were eventually used in shows as props. So I'm gonna keep an eye on this production company. Maybe these will pop up somewhere. I think that'd be pretty cool. But aside from that, that just shows you a unique type of bolo item, something to keep an eye out for. It's crazy when you get into the world of vintage figures, because not only do you have vintage toys, it then gets even deeper per show, per category, per genre. So now when you are going out to estate sales, garage sales, different thrift stores, keep an eye out for creepy killer dolls. This has been Chaz with Side Hustle Network. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to comment below. Let me know if you have seen or sold these types of toys before. Very curious to see what you guys have done. Have a great day. We'll see you next time.